everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. It's all about SPX 2100 again. The big question coming up, of course, is that there's a lot of stuff going on in China. There's been a lot of volatility this week, but at the end of the week, is this something where the markets are going to succumb to the nervousness and sell off, or do we just kind of drift back up to 2100? Because we've been closing near there every week for, the last 7 weeks in a row. I think that's what's going to happen. We had kind of a quiet day today, fizzled into the close, but it's just what's going on in this market. There's so many options being sold outside of this. There are large vested interests that want to make sure that we get that kind of a narrow close. So trades that take advantage of that make sense. One of the trades that we did today on it, and it's one of those that's a little off balance because we're essentially selling the $2,100 call, which, as you can see from this, we're obviously away from that level. So the call is cheap, but also selling the $2,100 put, which at the time that was a little bit more expensive because it's in the money. We're doing it as an iron fly, so there's limited risk. It's a little less than 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio, with the idea that if we get closer to 2,100 by tomorrow, then we can make some money on that in the premium decay. All right, the other thing that's happening in this market that's a lot of fun, of course, I've been talking about this week, are called layup trades. So we did a sample layup trade in the room with AutoZone, okay? There's 4 things that have to happen to qualify for a layup trade. AutoZone met all 4. We got into this with some options. We flipped them out on the way up. It was that trade that we were in for, we got in it yesterday. We got out of it today. For me, it turned into my fourth best trade of the year in terms of net profits. We can look at that real quick. And if we look at this, the idea with this is you get some positions, okay, and it's more of a kind of a quick hit. And in this case, made 25 some odd dollars on the options, able to flip those out, and this quick layup trade turned into a 6-figure trade. So now, of course, after we did that one in the room today, everyone's like, okay, what's the next one? What's the next one? What's the next one? And, there wasn't another one today. So the idea with this, and there's moments and times where you get something like this. And the whole idea, right, with options trading is that obviously if you're selling premium, you're going to be more consistent, okay, because of the premium decay. But there are moments in time when you're going to have a move like this where selling puts is nice, but if you do have a directional option, you have the opportunity to make as much money as possible because this is more like a futures trade, meaning that you're going pure direction. You're not worried about theta decay because the move is going to be so short term. And by short term, I mean like 1 to 3 days. All right. And you have to recognize the 4 things that come together for a layup trade. Okay. And one of it is the potential for this price action. One of it is going to be, where are we right now in the price action compared to the last 20 days, compared to the last 10 days, and compared to the last year. All right. The amount of volume that's coming in intraday in the first hour of trade. All right. There's a list like this. And if you have it, you guys can do this stuff yourself. This is the kind of stuff I do off hours because this is the kind of stuff that you just have to be alert for. And if I'm in the room from 1 to 2 and nothing's happening during that time, I can't post anything. All right, so this is the kind of trading that's been working the best in this market, and I want to show you guys how to do this on Saturday and then have the opportunity to do this with you live the following week so we can all be on the same page and you can do this stuff yourself. And to clarify, one of the comments I'd made was, the idea that this layup kind of trades are kind of like, it's almost like trading futures, not in the way that it's like, oh, futures, oh my God, it's risky like futures. No, that's how futures move. They actually have these kind of quick moves that come together like that. Stocks, most of the time, don't do that. But when they do, and it's not just the squeeze, okay? The squeeze is nice because it preps you for kind of a longer term time. But within the context of any move, there's going to be kind of these ebbs and flows, right? And the idea, if you're long options, is that you don't want to hold through the ebb and then the flow. You want to get in at the beginning of the ebb and out at the top of the ebb and then reload. Okay, it's a shorter term trade. You got to learn how to recognize it. And there's a lot of things that have to come together, but if you know what they are, it's not a big deal. And when I say layup, I don't necessarily mean it's always to the upside. So, I mean, we're talking to the downside too. Maybe you call that a slam dunk. But it's both up moves and down moves, quick. And the down moves are going to be critically important in this market. I do think the market's going to roll over. And by the way, trading to the downside is a lot different than trading to the upside. And this completely falls in line with that and how to do it. All right, the quick details, and I'll also tell you how you can get this class for free real quick. Simpleroptions.com/layup. The main thing to keep in mind here, and there's a bunch of bullet points down here. I am not going to read those for you. I'm not going to insult your intelligence. I know you guys can go through that and decide for yourself. The main thing here is the date. It's going to be this Saturday, and then there's the live trading. Okay, the Saturday class is $297. The 3 days plus the Saturday class plus the indicators is $997. The main thing with this, and my concern about this, is that for those of you that don't do this, you're going to have no idea what I'm doing in the room, and I'm not going to be able to post all these trades because a lot of these are going to happen when I'm not in the room, okay? And two, I think you're going to have a really hard time for the rest of the year. The markets have changed. This is essentially the structure to take advantage of the markets, not only for the rest of the year, but going into next year. I'm completely shifting my entire trading plan towards this. And so I feel the obligation to show it to you. It's going to take me a long time to put this stuff together to show you. That's why we're doing it as a class. And there we go. So hopefully that all makes sense. This is the kind of stuff that, to me, I mean, it is critical to recognize these shifts in the market, change your trading plan accordingly, and take advantage of it. Otherwise, you're just going to be banging your head against the wall. All right, so Saturday class is $297. There's the 3 days of live trading plus 2 free indicators as $997. That, of course, includes the Saturday class. A couple people had asked me, it's like, well, if I just do the Saturday class, is it even worth it because it doesn't include the indicators? Yes, it is absolutely worth it. The indicators simply make your life a little bit easier in terms of filtering and scanning. I'm going to show you all the stuff that you need to know, okay? How can you do this for free? Well, we've already got, for those of you that don't know, we're going to do in November, I think it's the 5th, 6th, and 7th of November, we're doing a live mentoring event in Las Vegas. It's limited to 50 people. Anyone who's going to that seminar gets this for free. So if you're thinking like, gosh, I wouldn't mind doing something like this, we get to hang out for 3 days. We play poker, we trade. It's going to be myself. We got Bruce, Henry, Don. You typically will bring in a couple of guest speakers. It's at the Mandarin Oriental. Anyway, if you think you're going to go for that, sign up for this, and then you get to do this for free. Okay. Anyway, so that's what I got. I hope you guys do this. I feel strongly enough about this that I am completely changing up my trading plan to fit these markets. I'm going to talk about this Saturday, show you how I'm doing it the following week, and we're going to sit down together, make some money, and essentially be ready for what's coming down the road, and I don't think a lot of people are. All right? Hope it helps. You guys have a great rest of the night, and we'll see you at the next update.